How do you give an advice to anybody? And how do you give an advice especially to someone who feels anxious or is an anxious person? And maybe you tried it before. Perhaps you have this person around, someone who complains, feels anxious, maybe insecure, or just complains, and it's uncomfortable to be around that kind of energy. And of course, you would like to help, you would like to ease their suffering. And chances are that you already have all these ideas what is the best for them and how to do things. Maybe you have already been in the same situation and you would like to offer that advice. But somehow, when we give this advice, the people kind of just like shut down, or they don't listen, or they come up with so many excuses and they disconnect. And so today, I would like to share with you how to actually give advice to especially an anxious person without a disconnection. So you both stay completely connected. And from this place, the advice can be not only received so much better because they are now in the state of reception, but you also feel like you're doing your best without ever having those remaining thoughts. What if? What if I should have done better? I should have helped this much and this much. And so, most people come to me and they don't ask for guidance. They say, my life is great. It's fine. It's fine. It's just my sister. Or it's just my husband, Or it's once I get more money. Or it's, once something happens. Or right now it's just not a good time. And so it's always about somebody else and something else. And we're gonna focus today on that somebody else. With a little push that we already have all these answers, they can just, we can change them a little bit, help them a little bit. Consider that giving advice is a controlling behavior. And it is for that reason that we have already an idea about them, how they should be. What could be better for them, what should be better for them, maybe based on our own experience or what we've read, what we think we know. We simply don't take in an account that we never have enough information. We're only basing our advice from this limited point of view. And often, by trying to give advice and by giving unsolicited advice, it's more about us than about them. We are trying to ease our own suffering because we just cannot be around it. It's uncomfortable being around someone who is suffering. And because of this, we disconnect from ourselves, from taking really care about ourselves, putting our attention, what is happening here, what do we need, what do we really want? And so our attention is on them. And it's easier to try to fix them or change them or trying to help them because you don't have to take that responsibility. And I get it. Sometimes it feels like we really just have that piece of information, so let's just give it to them. And the people mostly, especially if they are anxious, they might not be ready to hear it. And they are also receiving some huge benefits by being in that story that you have no idea because you are not in their head and you are not in their experience. You have no idea what they are actually believing and what they've been actually through. No idea. You only have limited information about what you see and what you imagine about it. And so the best way to give someone an advice is simply starting by asking them a question. The question is, would you like me to tell you what I think? Or do you want me to just listen to you? Or you can ask, would you like me to give you an advice? Do you need an advice? Or do you just want me to listen? And they will tell you. And not only that they will tell you, this question itself just puts them immediately into being empowered, because now they have a choice. And from that space, they become very open and receptive. So now, if they do want your advice, you can tell them your advice, and it's actually being absorbed and being taken in. And if they say no, then simply respect that and just listen, or set boundaries, how long you want to listen or not listen. That's up to you. The important thing to remember is this: each person is on their own journey, or so it appears. And just like with the butterfly, with the chrysalis, when we're trying to open it too quickly, the butterfly, the caterpillar just dies. It dies because it's not ready. And sometimes we're trying to push people into something they're not ready for, because it's so convenient for us, because we don't have to take responsibility for paying attention to what is really happening to us and what do we really want and need, because that comes with a great responsibility. And love is the absence of control. It is being able to be with somebody without trying to change them, without trying to help them. So help them. And the best way to do that is through asking if they actually want your advice. And it is so beautiful, surprisingly, to witness people. They might be more capable than you think. Maybe they have been relying on your support for so long that they don't really have to take responsibility for themselves. But what happens when you come back to yourself, to the place of love, where nothing needs to be different, and you can simply be with what is, how you are, what you want, what you need, and let them show you who they really are. Why do you want to open that chrysalis of the butterfly too early? Let it unfold in front of you. They might surprise you. Sometimes it's a great surprise. And sometimes it's not so great surprise, in which case it becomes clear when to walk away. Either way, you're always supported when you come from this place of love, where things are unfolding in such perfection.